These days we have so many people that are too busy judging our characters, what we physically look like, what we physically act like, making some people react one way or another, some just normally reacting. I remember when I was like 14, I'd sit there and I'd be watching TV. My mom used to always call me raccoon eyes because of the dark circles under my eyes. So she's always called me raccoon eyes. Always that, so it, means something to me because my mom always called me that. And then in 2007, July 2nd, 2007, I heeded to somebody that was in my vehicle, not driving because I didn't want to hit a tree. Guess my instinct was correct, because as soon as I fell asleep, the person decided to drive. I thought the person could manage from another town back home. And as soon as I fell asleep, they drove. That person drove. Well, I woke up where I hit a tree at the Swim Bay State Park, where two other people prior had hit a tree. I guess one of the vets didn't make it. I lost my spleen. My eyes were so swelled closed and so black. I had tubes going in my throat and my nose. Most people carry like 9 pints of blood in their body. And I had to receive 6 pints of blood. I lost my spleen, my immune system. We weren't drinking, we weren't drugging. I was asleep and it happened. One of the lady acquaintances, one of my friends it's always one of my friends, she always hung out with me. It helped me a lot after that accident. And she told me it was really scary that I scared them, a lot of people. Because of my physical condition, what happened to me. She said, "Valerie, we couldn't even see your eyes. But your eyes were just big black, all purple and black. And so swelled closed." Well, now I got darker eyes here. Even darker. Can't change that. Some days they're darker, some days they're not. Put a message out. It's nice when people can take heeding and listen to the advice or the words that are given to them. That's true, and not made as a joke. And I noticed after I replayed my message how many times my eyes blinked. Well, at times my eyes blink a lot. Should I be excusing myself? No. This is for a lot of the judgmental people out there. So, there's been I've heard a lot of negative slander or judgment because I got dark circles around my eyes. Sometimes I can cover it better with makeup, some days not. Some days they're darker, some days they're lighter. Sometimes I can oversleep and wake up with even darker eyes. Sometimes I can get lack of sleep and have dark eyes. It's natural for me. How that affect my emotions and feelings, it can be a large distraction to me. My movement, I noticed as I was being really serious and speaking truth on that last message about distinguishing a cry and a scream for help, or a cry and a scream that's truthfully playful. I noticed my reactions in that video. I noticed how many times I kept turning my head. I noticed how many times I was blinking. I noticed how many times my eyes were rolling around. So, the people that were able to listen and took the time to hear what I had to say, that is an importance in reality, in human life, in any life, here on earth, for our families, our friends, people we don't even know. It's a true reality. It's like, instead of keeping that light switch turned off all the time in the dark and not acknowledging or hearing or knowing that, and closing your ears to hearing what's important that can save a life or to help another individual without being judged on the way me, myself, or somebody else looks, on my reactions or my actions, not being judged in a negative way for maybe my movements or my actions may be physically faster, because the dark circles under my eyes look like maybe I haven't slept for days, and I have. I've been sleeping every night the best that I can, because of course at times at night I can't sleep, no matter how many times I lay in my bed and get flustered because I'm so tired. Yeah. I just felt the need to say this, because it's a crucial part of life, and it affects many children and adults, emotionally, physically, mentally. Some people realize and understand that their judgments, how critical that they can be upon another, and not have much of a care in the world about it, because it's not hurting that person that's spitting out that judgment of somebody else's character or feelings or thoughts or actions. And then there are some that do. Remember, it costs so little to teach a child to love, and it costs a lot to teach a child to hate. And the way I really like to put that is, it costs so little to teach a person to love, and it costs a lot to teach a person to hate. Even with the words we say, even with our reactions at times towards others. Like I said, have a happy, safe New Year.